Welcome back, Tactus here with another episode of the Final Fantasy XII Randomizer. We're going to be talking to Gertie and heading into the Henne Mines. Talk to the cute little Moogle here and you get a free chocobo. Not that chocobos are terribly expensive. And we're going to be taking this chocobo into the mines, doing that section with our sight and grout. I can't see it being much of an issue. So off on the chocobo across the very wet and storming plains at the moment. And we're going to go on a trip to the mines. So somewhere along here there is a... wait, why don't I just sprint? What's the sprint button? There, X. Hindered track there. You can't pass through with just the humans. Well, humans plus Vera. Any items here? Two, but they could be spawned on the other side there. Nothing appears to have been spawned here. We got to dismount. You get forced to dismount anyway. And into the mines. There are two hunts that we will be aiming to do here. One of them will be a piece of cake. The other one we should be able to do. The only downside is it does have use stop, which is kind of annoying, and it does buff itself, but we'll get to it when we get to it. It's going to be a lot more dead bats in and around here. So the Henne Mines is a dig site. Its main form of protection is a series of interlocking gates, which you have to, I think I do have to trigger the gate over here. So you have to flick the switch. There's essentially red and blue gates. Flick one, closes the other. Flick one, opens the other. Rinse and repeat. And you're locking off and closing, opening up different walkways throughout it. And yeah, well, not much to it. It's fairly straightforward. Although it does get annoying because essentially it doubles the length of this dungeon because you have to backtrack, particularly in the last section. And that is also why I want to clear out one of the enemies first. Now, I think I have to flick the switch? Nope. So I do want to flick the switch. And you can never remember whether you have to flick the switch to get to the mark or leave as is. So we have to flick this. There'll be a whole bunch of jellies and flans that drop from the ceiling. Like so. They're not going to be much of an issue. But if you are playing casually, this section, and if you can beat them, is a really nice level grind and money grind spot. Anyway, I don't really need all of these. The Magicite's nice. They don't spawn infinitely, but they will spawn a lot. I don't know how many there are, but it's quite a good chunk. So down this area, take out the few bats, and in the middle there will be one of our two marks, which we'll be killing. And I'll be very surprised if it survives for long. So in here, it's one of the Death Gazy type ones. It can cast Doom, I believe, which could be mildly obnoxious. There we go, with a Death Sight. Oh no, yes, there is a Doom. Ishtab, named after, I think that's an god of death. So Fran is doomed. We do have Phoenix down somewhere in our inventory, which we will have to use once once Fran's dead, because Phoenix Downs don't remove Doom. Oh, did Val? Nope, I don't think Bash got doomed. It died just before it was able to apply it. So Ishtab is done. This is just the item map for the area, but might as well pick it up. We're right here. If you did happen to get lost in here. So now we go back to that central bit. That's right. We don't actually have healing. I did actually forget that was a thing. Oh well. So we do have a few potions. We should be fine enough. We'll be fine enough to get to the boss, I reckon. So now we've got to... Is that a switch? Nope, that's advisory notice. This is what we need to do. Flip the switch again. It won't spawn any more flans because we haven't zoned 2 areas. Is this the one we want? Yeah, it's the one we want. No items in this area. Okay, that's actually good. This is an annoying area to traverse. Okay, I guess they targeted the thing miles away. But yes, full of bats. And, okay, so Fran's also got pretty good defense, so she's not actually taking much damage from these things. Or any damage, really. Which is nice. So she can quite happily tank at the front there. She does also know Ardor, so if we get something that for some reason is incredibly resistant to physical attacks, she can just Ardor the crap out of them. And she has a half decent amount of MP as well. So any items here? 1 treasure. There we go. We want Balthier, I think, to use it. I believe he's got the boost on Phoenix Downs. There you go. And I think he also has the boost on potions. Let's get Fran a little bit more HP. Wait for Balthier to toss it, Fran. Vash to toss it. Or whoever did it. And continue down here. Now this is the area with the next hunt. But it is in the far end and I am not entirely sure it will spawn. Yet this one spawns based on your MP. And it is only going to go after a party that has full or near full MP. Balthier has been using his spells, so potentially... Oh, it's dead. We don't have enough party MP, but we've got Vossler. So... I don't think it has spawned, but we could easily just bring in Ash, because she hasn't been using any MP whatsoever. It should spawn in this area right here. But it appears to not, so... We'll be zoning, repartying, and then we'll be able to get it to spawn easy. No items down there. So this is also the area where having the overlay map is really nice. And I am absolutely not hunting down items in this area. It's big and there's stone traps, which I don't want to have to deal with. So we're back with a full party, and there's our Mind Flayer. I'm going to make sure that we have Balthier back in the party. So he will use the right level of magic. Okay. Don't use Fran for healing. Good. So I don't... Normally he casts Renew on himself. So he'll go back to full HP, but with Seidengrat, not a problem. I didn't think Mind Flayer was going to be an issue with that damage output. I was more concerned with if it managed to get a lucky hit off. I didn't think his elemental damage was going to be super scary. Okay, there is no item here. There is... I did see where the item is. It is all the way in one of the top knobbly bits, and absolutely not going to bother going for it. I do not have key items in random treasure chests for that exact reason, having to search every little nook and cranny. So you can see the green dot in the top mini-map there, and it's like, yeah, nah, not going for that. We've still got another section of this map to deal with, and this is the annoying section where we have to go around in circles to get to where we need to go. Now, do we have an item here? We do somewhere. So you look at the map and it's like, oh yeah, that's not too bad to get there. It's like, nah, there's some bloody doors in the way. What, you got to open one and then you got to go all the way around to open the other pathway. And it's like, oh, come on. Now we can use the tricky, is there an item thing to tell whether these things are mimics or not. There's no item indicated here, so can't do it. Those things are mimics. Some of the mimics are not super mimicky. Now this is the route to the boss. Can you go there? No, it is blocked off. So we've got to go all the way around to get to it. So at another one of these junctions, another switchboard where we're going to hit a ton of little flans coming down. Now this one is a nice one, I guess, but we don't really need the flan levels, although I'll take their drops. Oh, confused. Okay, that's actually dangerous. Let's head through here. Because confused party member, a confused friend would spell death to the party, probably. And now we're back here. Oh, there's our item chest. It was hiding. Where is it? Hiding there. Phoenix down. Cool. Well, I used one of those. So we're back in this area. And now we can head back north again. Ooh, Bash is not on good HP. That'll be fine. We can head north. Back through that little area where we had our blocked off section. Ah, Fran's poison. Boom. So in this section where there was the not sus treasure chests. Oh, Voss's KO'd. Oh dear, what a shame. We can now go around. That gate was previously closed, open to me. And now we can go through here. And we got a teleport crystal. Just before the boss. And here... Oh, this guy is the one who gave us the Mind Flayer hunt. And he's also giving us hint about the... what's it? Zodiac? The ultimate Esper that lives in here. Which we can't get at yet. So, we had the other Vera who's gone crazy because of all the mist. Vera is super sensitive to mist. And having high concentrations of it, which seems to accumulate in caves quite a bit. Makes her very vulnerable and kind of goes berserk. Fran, in the plot, I suppose before we get to here, has already gone berserk. But she's also going berserk on this one. So this is one of the bosses. You might notice our damage numbers have going down on it. Its HP is also going down horrendously. It gains defensive buffs on low HP. It also gains offensive buffs. So you think you get through like 80% of the fight super easy, and then right at the end, suddenly the boss is like, hits extra hard, and it takes less damage. Okay, so from this we got the Soleil Feign and Drain, which sucks. That's not really worth it. That's normally where you would get the Lentase tier. So that check's pooped. But we can now teleport back to Jahara from the teleport crystal here. Now it is possible for item chests to spawn in the Vera map here. So that's just something to be aware of. And this is another one where it's a pretty... The music is pretty here. And the location is just nice. You have all of the other bits of building in the background, which just makes the place feel more alive and lived in. You have NPCs going about their business. And then you find out that Vera are racist and don't like anyone else. Okay, so we've got our teleport crystal. And we have our merchant, Tetran, not Lelouch. Yeah, you'll guarantee hit Lelouch instead of Tetran. Alright, what do we have? Expensive crap. That's not that useful. The Orichalcum Dirk is honestly not bad. And the Mesa is half decent. Ooh, the Mesa is pretty good. Charge time of 10. That's very defensive, but I don't like the magics using Gil. There's a good spread of stats. Absorb Ice is nice. And a good magic resist. Unequip Berserk. Nope. Okay, potions and X potions. That's nice. And serums is also good for later. Dark Rot, which we already have. Okay, sell off all the crap we've acquired and hopefully get some new Bazaar goods. We do indeed get some Bazaar goods. What do we get? Blinder. Honestly, that's not... Oh, it could be worse. Okay, so teleport out to Jahara. And then go say hello to the two Well, actually, yeah, we might as well. The chances that we'll get the ammonia leaf off the hunt that's in Osmone Plains, I would say is pretty low. Naturally, now that I've said this and gone and handed in the other hunts, that'll be the case. Now, the hunts in Jahara, I can never remember who has what where. So I'm going to go Clan Primer, which I've never gone into apparently, and check. This is also a useful place if you are looking for things to do. You can see what you've done. So even though this guy here has got the stamp on him, we haven't finished him because we need to report it, but we cannot because we've got the item. Likewise with this one, I can't hand that in. This is one of the ones I want to do. So he's up there. That was the Ishtub, I think. And the Mind Flayer is there. So our Mind Flayer, is it this guy? Yes. There's like 4 hunts in here and I can never remember which Gareth is what. Okay, solid horns. That's some money and some sell items. That could be worse again. That is money. And like as I was saying, you see buildings in the background that you can't access, and it just brings more life. You can see other buildings out across the plains there, clearly also part of the tribe. And you can see that in the background, it's a whole warren of canyons and chasms. Okay, now the big boy. Oh right, it's this guy here. The Zayalu. Gill. That's all. Well, that wasn't super impressive. The gill is nice. I shouldn't be churlish. It is nice to get some gill. But honestly, I'm gonna prefer key item unlocks, huh? So off to do murder the... I forget what it's called. It's not the Catopolus. Giant 2-legged thing that yields Aeromonia leaves. That thing. Because invariably it always dies pretty fast. I could pick myself up a Chocobo to go a little bit faster, but we'll walk it. Get some more loot and equip and stuff along the way. But I will be seeing you in the zone for our hunt. Alright, we're in the area for the hunt, but it's not spawned. We've got to clear out the area. And apparently we've also spawned the rare game. Our hunt will not... Great, I'm blinded. It will not spawn whilst there are other enemies in the area, with the exception of the rare game. You can get the hunt and the rare game in the same area. Now this area's also got 2 treasures. Oh, hello, what are you? Eros. The hell? You must be a rare spawn as well. Do Balthea have Blindner? No, I don't think so. Oh, Fran apparently has Blindner. I will take that. Oh, Fran's also the only one who can attack it, except for Vossler. Wait, did Balthea hit it? I did not think that rods could hit flying enemies. I knew spears could. Wow, I guess I learned something there. I suppose because it's a pole-like weapon? So in the original version of FF12, only bows and guns could natively hit flying enemies. But in the Zodiac Age, where you've got the license grids where you're restricted on what weapons you can equip, they changed it so that in addition to bows and guns, which, you know, makes a hell of a lot of sense, spears and I guess any sort of like pole-type weapon can also hit. Alright, it's the Enceladus, who has got protective measures, but, you know, I don't know what the protective measures are going to do against the Titan Rat. Now, this is a big boy. Oh, yeah, see? He will restore his, or at least attempt to restore his HP, but, a bowline sash and 2 soleil flames. Okay, so, yep, as I thought, you need the Aeromonia leaf from him to be able to hand it in. We did not get that, so we are going to have to go find something else to do. We've done, I think we have done everything in the Osmone Plains and Henne Mines. There are no additional hunts in the Henne Mines that we can get at. We've done all of the hunts that I can do here. I'm pretty certain that I cannot progress to get the Catopolis, which is in the Xertinian Caverns. Although I will go into the section of Xertinian Caverns just to be sure it doesn't connect up to, what's it? Sandsea. I am 95% sure that it does not connect to the Sandsea. So down here is the Xertinian Caverns, or at least the Osmium Plain entrance for it. So, bringing up the map, we should be fine dealing with... Oh, well done, whoever stepped on that. We should be fine with the enemies. Alright, we are going to flee, though. Ow. And I do have... yeah, we should be good. We should be fine. I seem to have enough defense that I'm not getting one shot. What the? Vossel automatically used the Phoenix down. I did not set him to use the Phoenix down. I did not check his gambits. Okay, we're going to run through these. There is an area of the Xertinian Caverns that is very, very scary because it contains very, very high level enemies. Which are... Okay. I'm going to be resetting, I suspect. What level are these guys? Okay, they're not that high level, they just did a lot of damage. Alright, I'm retreating because I do not have much in the way of healing, and that bloody explosion trap that someone landed on. Right, we're back in Rabanasta. We survived trying to go through the Xertinian Caverns. And we are heading down to Lowtown, because there's a hunt that we should be good to get rid of. And that is going to be the White Moose. Especially with the sight and grab, we should be fine being able to get through that one. We took out those last lot of bosses well enough. So, I reckon we can do it. We probably won't be able to hand it in, because that's another one that requires a key item. It requires the broken key to be able to get at. But it will drop a check when it dies. It is a somewhat problematic one because it does have very high magic attack. I should also switch out my party. So we're back to having our damage dealers. Ash is kind of just in the background because she doesn't have particularly good weapons or spells. She's just going to chill there. We cannot go across there. Is this the right route? This is one of the rightish routes. Not down there. This area is a maze. And this is the higher level section of the passage. Okay, so we do not one-shot the Malboros, but we do two-shot them. They'll equal a chunk of XP. Okay, almost one-shots. Okay, he's down. The Malboros have like weird little moustaches. It's kind of cute. There you go, he's down. Oh, we got sleeped. Yay. Hopefully Fran wakes up fast. Oh, she's also slowed. Oh, I suppose I'll be waiting for those to heal. Okay, there is one item down here, but don't feel like fun hunting that down. Okay, well, we're going to wait until she wakes up, because this is the area with the boss. Okay, she's woken up. We're going to zone, so we don't, if we do die, we don't have to re-wait for Fran to wake up. Eventually that slow will wear off. Oh, I do have, I can give, just remembered, I can give Barsh a gambit for haste, because he does have that. Well, we'll progress through here first. And down here in that area there is where the moose will spawn. Apparently Fran can shoot straight through a bridge. But we'll take out the Malboros so there's less targets to be annoying. Yep, he's down. We got a Dark Crystal off it. And 1 white moose. It's an albino moose. 7k. Okay, so will cast blind. I do want to make sure Fran is always hitting, so... Okay, so water damage. Ooh, ouchie. Do I have anything that can mitigate water damage? Okay, the chromed leathers it is. I lose defense, but this thing will not hit physically. Fran's already got half water damage. And you can't learn use chromed leathers. Awesome, but you can equip some Morduin gear, and that's got really high magic defense. Ooh, wow, your magic defense sucks balls. And I can't fix that. Well, but you've got 33% less damage taken. Foster's dead, but he'll survive. Toxify, cool. I don't care super much about the poison. Although, let's Barsh heal yourself up. Cool. Fran, 0 damage. Okay, so it will still hit HP. Oh, wow, okay. That was half damage and still hit hard. We should still have Phoenix down somewhere. Oh, an elixir. Couple of Phoenix downs if I do ever spot some. Aquaga. Please don't hit Fran there. Okay, you're going to span Aquaga, aren't you? The frick did you come from, you little toady? I think I have a cure emote. Nope, I do not. Should have bought some, Oh, no. You kidding me? You are, like, this close to... Alright, Phoenix down, Fran. White Moose, please die. Good, it's dead. And Ash has got some extra XP. I suppose it's a bunch. Okay, wow, that reward was trashed here. 700 gil, woof. Let's revive Balthea. Okay. We have Protect. We don't have many Malboros to run from. We should be fine. So we're going to do one other hunt and then call it. We're back here in the Damascus Wester Sands. And we're going to be taking on the... For whom the ring bells? The bell tolls? It's the ringworm. I guess it's the whom the bell worm tolls or something like that. So unfortunately it's in a sandstorm, which means Fran may not be hitting terribly much. She has bravered nicely. But somewhere just over here, like the big dot on the map, is this bastard. He loves... He hits hard with his breath. Okay, not that hard. He will immobilize, which when you've got a ranged character means jack shit. And he will restore his HP. He's only a rank 3 mark, but because of his HP restore and that, he's honestly the strongest of the rank 3s, and some of the rank 4s maybe even better. Okay, so he's stranded, what's that, Vossler all the way over there? So that's just kind of what he does. He will attempt to strand various party members. There, he restored himself. I'm pretty sure I don't have Dispel with anyone. Oh, I do. Cool. Ringworm. Let's get rid of that Protect. There you go. Now Fran's going to be doing a bit more damage. Ooh, that was a lovely crit there. 6,500 damage. So I'm not surprised if he's going to try and target Fran. Fossler's still immobilized, but I don't care about his damage enough. It's not going to be really much of a thing. If I didn't have such ridiculously high physical defense, this guy would be a significant threat. He can hit quite hard. But there we go. Overpowered weapons and abilities to the rescue. We can hand him in. Bye, little Alaron. And we will do so. On our way back, I figured I would check in with Mont Blanc, and surprise, surprise, he's got a few things for us. A Marlborough flower, that's not a key item. Another clan rank, we get a file of putrid liquid and some thunder. Oh, Tiamat counted, I forgot that. Some more gil, we've got an esper. Manufactured nethicite. That's good, and we can use chaos. Alright, that's not bad at all. Out of the way, Piggo. Alright, we find Balzac here, who's currently here near Rubbermaston. And we've got Float. And the Silent Urn. Alright, so that clearly next time what we're going to be doing is taking on the Gill Snapper. But until next time, this is Type This Out. Have a good day, guys. Bye.